see these statistics of depression, anger, anxiety, suicide, and homicides rising so much in the past few years for kids under 18. Why do you think that is, and what do you think we can do about it?
Because this is actually really important. I did an interview with a teen who's now just started her freshman year at UCLA, and amazing young woman. What I was struck by, I was actually interviewing her about mental health and amongst her and her friends, and how people in her high school talk about mental health and support one another around depression, anxiety, etc. And what I noticed when I was interviewing her is how really crazily scheduled she was. Her life was scheduled from the morning she woke up to the minute she went to bed, and she wasn't getting enough sleep. She told me that her and her friends have to call in sick to school to catch up on sleep or schedule sleep, like naps. And if I really feel like we're kind of setting a generation up that is strung so tight or wound so tight, and really almost setting people up to burn out when they graduate high school before they've even started their career. I mean, you'll hear of, adults in the past, having like burnout, or, where they just kind of exhausted and need a change in their careers. Those are people who've had their careers for 20 years, let's say. And we're having young people whose brains are still developing and forming, who are so scheduled. Some of them are so scheduled and they don't even know why you're scheduled. Like, is it because you're doing it because you think it looks good on a college application? Or are you doing it because your parents told you? Or are you doing it because your friends are doing it? What's your own purpose in this? Like, what do you want? And I think the important thing is to really take a step back. If you are that person who is scheduled from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed, it's like, where are you? Where are you in this? And are you doing things that really support you and fill you up? Or are you doing things that are just, maybe you're just doing so many things just to check them off a list? And maybe, I know it's going to scare those people who are watching this, but maybe you need to say no. Maybe you need to maybe not do as many things, because it's really important to live in your life as it's happening, but also to have some space to be able to take in the good. If you're, instead of just going to do the next best thing. We all know how to do that. A lot of us know how to go to the next thing. We don't necessarily know how to sit and just be. And what I mean is not that you're going to sit still and not think of anything and just notice your breathing, but to add in things that I call that are self-care based. They're things that actually kind of refuel that empty gas tank when you're kind of on depleted and you're empty and you're tired and you're exhausted. You can't drive a car that's on empty, no matter how much you try. And so we need, for example, I think this is a great way to look at it. Our cell phones have, like notifications that are ways to see that our phone is low, right? It's not charged. So we charge it. We usually keep pretty good care of our cell phones because it's a big part of our life.
Yeah.
We don't have indicator lights that we necessarily see. Like, we don't have a light showing our batteries on low. So it's really mindfulness helps by starting to tune into those physical indicators, those emotional indicators that our battery is on low and it needs refueling and recharging.